Hello friends, welcome back to another video tutorial from Shomu's Biology. And in this video lecture, we want to talk about a very unique topic which has been asked many times. That is the difference between chemokines and cytokines. You know, we almost use these terms synonymously, but there is a difference between chemokines and cytokines. And you probably heard these terms interleukins, interferons. Now, what are these things? Interferons, interleukins, chemokines, cytokines. You almost use, I've heard students use these terms synonymously, but there is a lot difference between all this. So let us talk about the exact difference between cytokines and chemokines and interleukins and like prostaglandins. What are the difference between all this? So let's talk about that in this video. So I'm going to share the difference between cytokines and chemokines, and also going to tell you the examples of all this type and what are their functions in our immune system. Okay, so let's start to talk about that. The very first thing we want to talk about is the difference between cytokines and chemokines. The very first thing is the cytokines are immune modulating agents which are made up of proteins, while chemokines are superfamily of cytokines. So we can say that chemokines is one type of cytokines. So cytokines is much bigger, and cytokines can be divided into multiple types of chemokines. Okay, that is the very basic thing that you should remember. Now, the cytokines are involved in both cellular and antibody mediated immunity in the body, while chemokines are involved directing a cell in the immune system to its site of infection. So mostly related to the cell mediated immunity. And last thing, the examples for cytokines, the examples are chemokines. So all the chemokines are the examples of cytokines, like other example, interleukins, interferons, CSFs, TNFs, tumor necrosis factor, TGF, transforming growth factors, all the examples of cytokines. While chemokine example are CC chemokines, CXC chemokines, C chemokines, and CX3C chemokines, which are structural type of chemokines. You probably haven't heard of that. Most of the things that you have heard of, interleukins, interferons, CSF, colony stimulating factor, tumor necrosis factor, transforming growth factor, these are all examples of cytokines. Remember that. Cytokine is much bigger compared to the chemokines. So now let's move to the properties of cytokines. There are many different properties, but two of the very important property of cytokines are, one is the pleiotropic nature, a phenomenon of different actions produced by the same cytokine in different targets. So one cytokine released from a target cell, from a secretory cell, acting on different target cell, and as it's acting on the different target cell, the impact will be different in all the 4 different target cells. That is known as the pleiotropy. So this is pleiotropy. Activated TH cell, T helper cell, releases a cytokine, and the example of that cytokine is interleukin 4, acting on B cell, cause the activation and proliferation and differentiation of the B cell. This interleukin 4 acting on the thymocyte cause the proliferation only. Acting on the mast cell cause the proliferation only. No activation, no differentiation, but only proliferation for thymocyte and mast cell. But when interleukin 4 is acting on the B cell, it also causes activation and differentiation of B cell. So that is the effect known as pleiotropy. One particular single chemical factor signaling different cells to do different jobs. Second important property is redundancy. Different cytokine can have the same effects on same target. That is known as redundancy, kind of opposite to the pleiotropy. So redundancy means the activated T helper cell secretes interleukin 2, interleukin 4, and interleukin 5, all acting on a same cell, that is B cell, and all of this interleukin 2, interleukin 4, interleukin 5 are causing the B cell to be proliferated. They are telling the B cell to be proliferated only. So all of these interleukin 2, 4, and 5 cause the B cell proliferation. So multiple interleukins, multiple chemical factors cause a single effect, that is proliferation in this case, okay, known as redundancy. So similarly, there are other properties like antagonistic properties, like 2 interleukins may go against their functions, so they may fight for each other for the function, and they may also have synergistic effect, that 2 interleukins doing a same job, they are influencing one another in terms of doing the same or achieve the same task. So this is also a possibility. Let's move to the types of cytokines and chemokines that we know. The very first type are known as pro-inflammatory cytokines, PIC. PIC, pro-inflammatory cytokines. Example are interferon gamma, INF gamma. Pro-inflammatory means the cytokines which are already present and active even before inflammation in our body. Okay, so inflammation is generally caused after the infection, but normally in our body the immune system is already protecting us. The pro-inflammatory cytokines are always present. Tumor necrosis factor A, TNF alpha, interleukin 1, interleukin 12, interleukin 1 beta, interleukin 1 alpha, interleukin 17A, interleukin 6, interleukin 8. These are all a part of pro-inflammatory cytokines. The second type are anti-inflammatory cytokines. Anti-inflammatory cytokines are those cytokines which will not cause any inflammation. Remember, all these pro-inflammatory cytokines, release of any of these components, interferon gamma, tumor necrosis factor alpha, IL-12, IL-17, IL-6, IL-8 will cause the inflammation. Ultimately, their job is to cause the inflammation, influence the formation of inflammation. And inflammation, swelling, redness in our body, the pain, that means our body's immune system is actually fighting against the infection. It's a good sign. While anti-inflammatory cytokines already are present, that is interleukin 10, interleukin 13, their job is to prevent the inflammation, and which is also needed after the certain time, after the cell-mediated immune system already has done their job and the infective agents are killed and they are taken care of. Then anti-inflammatory cytokines must be present there to prevent the inflammation and reduce the symptoms associated with the inflammation, because inflammation may cause many other discomforts and problems in our body during infection. The third type, the basic all the other chemokines, interferon gamma, inducible protein, IP10, CXCL10, monocyte chemotactic protein 3, MCP3, monocyte chemotactic protein 1, MCP1, monocyte inflammatory protein 1, MIP1 beta, and fractalkine, CX3CL1 or FKN, fractalkine. So these are all the examples of chemokines. Chemokines are a type of cytokines, but their names are totally different. Some of their names are already mentioned in here. And growth factors can also be a result of cytokines, like granulocyte macrophage colony stimulating factor, GM-CSF, vascular endothelial growth factor, VEGF, interleukin 2, interleukin 5 can also act as a growth factor in our body. Okay, they can also act as a growth factor. So these are all examples of cytokines. Okay, pro-inflammatory cytokines, anti-inflammatory cytokines, chemokines, and growth factors. And the last thing that I want to talk about, some more examples of cytokines. Interleukins produced by one leukocyte and act on the other leukocyte are known as interleukin. Inter means between, the leukins means leukocytes. So interleukins means produced by one leukocyte acting on the other leukocyte. Second type of cytokine, lymphokines, produced by the lymphocytes. Third type, monokines, produced by monocytes. Fourth type, chemokines, cytokines which are having chemotactic activities. Chemotactic activity means chemotaxis. That means a chemical factor which can cause the neighboring cells to move towards itself, or this journey of the cells based on this signaling is known as chemotaxis. And any other cytokine that can cause the movement of cell known as the chemokines. Okay, chemical or factors of chemotaxis or chemokines. Interferons involved with antiviral responses and colony stimulating factors supports the growth of blood cells. Okay, so these are all the different examples of cytokines that we know. Some of the name are already mentioned earlier. The functions of cytokines, few, for example, interleukin 1, the function normally secreted by macrophages, fibroblast, endothelial cells, and few of the epithelial cells. And the stimulation stimulates the expression of endothelial adhesion molecules, emigration of neutrophils and macrophages, secretion of other cytokines, and fever. These are all the effects done by interleukin 1. Interleukin 6, secreted by macrophage, fibroblasts, epithelial cells, and few epithelial cells. Endothelial cells and few epithelial cells. Systemic procedure is the production of acute phase reactants from liver, particularly important in inducing B cells to differentiate into the antibody producing plasma cells. So major job of interleukin 6 is to convert a B cell into plasma cell which will become antibody producing factories. Okay. And the last type, third type, interleukin 17, secreted by only T lymphocytes, and the job here is recruitment of neutrophils and monocytes, secretion of other cytokines. It's solely responsible for cell mediated immunity, while interleukin 6 is used in case of humoral mediated immunity, because it will activate the B cells to produce antibodies. So conversion of B cell into mast cell is done by this. Okay, while interleukin 1 is mostly used during the first or primary stages of immunity, mostly used in cell mediated form of immunity. Okay, but in interleukin 17 definitely used in cell mediated immunity, recruiting neutrophils and monocytes, because monocytes and neutrophils both are a part of the cell mediated immunity, and they also secrete cytokines like interleukin 6, GCSF, GM-CSF, interleukin 1 beta, TNF alpha, and chemokines, which will further cause the attraction of different immune system cells towards the infection site, and can cause the repairing of the damage that is done by the infective agent and kill the infective agent out there. So that is the role of different interleukins and different cytokines. So I believe you already have a clear idea about the cytokines and chemokines and growth factors and interleukins and interferons as well. If you know that completely now, if this video give you any benefit, then please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload a new video. And if you don't like this video, please hit the dislike button as well. So we are going to make more and more of these videos now in the future time. So mention the topic that you want a video in so that we can make the video on that topic. So that's it for today. Thank you everyone.